Hey, what's going on? Long time. Yes, I'm back here on episode. I don't know which episode this is, but we're back here on OLALawrence.com. I just want to give you a quick update on what's going on in real estate land in the Yankee. So here's the thing. I've had a lot of people ask me questions about this, about the rates, interest rate that's going on, and some of the things that people don't necessarily have the opportunity to get a person to explain to them in layman language, and that's what I'm going to attempt to do here. Hopefully by the time you get away from this video, you will understand how it works, and why it is very, very important, So here's how it works, okay? The interest rate is at all-time low. Okay, it's all-time historically low levels right now, and the number one reason why that is because it's used to stimulate the economy. Okay, so the economy is not based on how much cash you have in the bank. It's not based on how much cash I have. It's not based on how much cash you have in investments. It's not based on the economy. The health of an economy is based on how much money is actually moving around. Okay, that's what it's based on. You see, what we conventionally know as value of money, right? It's not what it is. Okay, so $10 doesn't mean $10. $10 does not mean $10 10 months from now. It could be less, it could be higher. It depends on so many factors. That's why they call it currency, right? Because it varies. Back in the days, it used to be, I think it used to be backed by a certain amount of gold. But that's not the case any longer. Currency, as a matter of fact, is the same reason why you can literally trade currency to currency. You can trade the US dollars against the Australian dollars, against the Canadian dollars, and those things can vary. Those things can fluctuate all day long because depending on demand and supply, that's what's going to determine what the value of the currency is. Okay, so it's the same forces that's at play when we're talking about interest rate for when it comes to buying real estate. If you're like an average person, you want a good interest rate. Okay, so as a matter of fact, I just had a client that last minute interest rate even got locked in way below what she was supposed to get, about 4.75. She ended up with about 4.15 or something like that. That's a significant difference when you start calculating the numbers over 30 years. Okay, so the reason why I'm sharing that with you right now is because, again, I get that question a lot. Interest rate, how are the interest rate now? Let me just tell you something. It doesn't matter what the interest rate difference between yesterday and today is. Right now, generally speaking, it's at all-time low levels. Okay, excuse me for saying it that way again, but yeah, it's at an all-time low level. And if you're gonna lock in, and if you have an ounce of an interest in purchasing real estate, this is the right time to do it. Okay, either you're buying it for your own personal use to keep a roof over your head and your family, or as an investment. Right now is the right time to engage. Okay, right now is the right time to engage because, number one, let's say you buy it as an investor, right? If you buy a property as an investor, you want to flip the property, you want to get it sold quickly once you're done with whatever improvements you want to put into it, right? And in this time that we have very low interest rate, you're going to be able to flip your money quickly that way. Okay, so it's going to be a lot quicker for you to do that because obviously the interest rates are very attractive for the buying market, right? And the truth is that the fear that existed in the market since 2008, 9, 10, right, since the last recession, is still in there. And that's the reason why they've kept the interest rate low, because again, the government, the feds, they're all trying to stimulate the economy because that gives them trading power across the globe. Okay, so if you imagine if you can boast that your country is the best in terms of economy, in terms of GDP, right, in terms of any of those numbers, you have a better position in negotiating powerful trade deals with other countries. And that's a big deal, okay? That's a big deal, obviously, to the government, but even to us as individuals, okay? So, as individuals. So That's why they're keeping the interest rate low. Okay, that's why they're keeping it low. So last time I checked, I'm in central New Jersey. Last time I checked, inventory is not high. Okay, inventory when it comes to property is mild. Okay, and what that means is that if you are as an investor, if you put a house on the market, it'll be gone. Okay, if it's priced properly. Okay, and what that also means for you as a buyer is to realize that it's the same reason why they're keeping the interest rate low. Now, is the interest rate going to be this low forever? No, it's not. Okay. Now, do we know when it's going to go higher? No, we don't. Okay. Nobody knows when the interest rate is going to be higher. Okay. If anybody did, that person will become rich, right? That person will become rich overnight. So the fact is that nobody knows when the interest rate is going to be is going to go higher. Okay, so this is just for you if you have any interest in either buying for yourself so you can live in, or either buying so you can live in, or if you want to invest. Okay, this is going for you. Okay, either way, the interest rates are low. That's a big factor. Okay, everything else kind of becomes still when interest rates are low. Okay, you can maneuver the numbers in any favor, in any direction, in your favor, obviously, if you pay attention to that. Okay, so I just wanted to make sure I let you know that, and let you know that, you know, put a team together. Okay, put a team together. Again, either as an investor or as just a home buyer, you're looking for your dream home. Put a team together, because you're going to need about 10 different, it's about 7 individuals. You can learn more about that at, let me see here. You see the link on the screen. Okay, you can learn more about that on that webinar. So make sure you go through the webinar. You need about 7. So start putting your team together and get it done. Lock in something. Okay, get something going. Engage. Okay, you don't want to be about 10 years from now and then interest rates are way higher, and then you're having to play the games like everybody was playing back in 2005 and 6. You're buying properties, you don't even know if you're getting a good deal. You're buying properties, you don't even know if the rates are going to go higher or anything like that, or adjustable rates, all this craziness. You know, some people will say, hey, no, I could never fall for adjustable rates any longer. You're right. But you know, the way these things they show up in different forms according to the generation over time. There's always going to be something, and there's always going to be brand new something that nobody saw coming. Okay, but I can guarantee you there's a reason why the interest rate is at all-time low. I can't stress that enough. So if you have any interest, okay, in buying real estate, this is the time to engage. So the question now will be, what do I engage in? Do I go buy right now? Do I go searching? Well, at the very minimum, engage in educating yourself about real estate. Okay, at the very minimum, engage. It's not a lot of stuff. It's quite a bit, but not a lot of stuff. But engage in educating yourself about real estate and see how you can plug in somehow, somewhere. There's so many opportunities when it comes to real estate, and you just want to make sure you talk to somebody. Talk to somebody that knows what they're doing, and but engage right now. This is the time to engage. If you're lingering around the fence, you watch it, you make up in your mind what you think it's about, you're probably going to be wrong more than 90% of the time. So you really do need to engage, because the way we calculate numbers in our head is not the way equity works. You know, let me give you an example. There's somebody out there right now that think their house is worth $500,000 when it's not, because they are trying to use logic, regular logic, but it doesn't work like that. It's kind of like the credit that you're going to need to buy the property too. Some people say, oh, it's just, should I pay? Okay, I was actually listening to this. No, let me steal this. I was listening to this other lady, and she asked a question like, if you owe money, should you pay it off? Is that the right thing to do? And most people say, of course, that's the right thing to do. That's the logical thing to do. That's the ethical thing, conventional mind to do. But is that necessarily the right thing to do? Not necessarily, because cash don't have the same value in every circumstances. It varies depending on what circumstances. The debt you're trying to pay off is not even beneficial to you or the person you're trying to pay it off to. Not person, the company you're trying to pay it off to. So you want to ask professionals. You want to educate yourself and ask professionals, okay? So that's all I have for you today. Hopefully you've been enlightened, educated, and I'll see you on the next episode. Peace.